The sun blazed fiercely that afternoon in Lagos, but Jonathan's shatter came not from heat. He stood in his living room, now hollow, all gone. TV, dining table, couch, even the vase from his first anniversary. He stared at the silence, lost in confusion. "Amara!" he called out. "Mimi? Mara?" No response echoed back. The twins should have returned from school, giggling as always, fighting over Daddy's hug, but the house stayed empty. Then he spotted it, a white note on the floor near the door. He bent down, picked it up, and read with growing dread. "I'm sorry, Jonathan. I had to leave. My conscience forced me out. I cheated on you. Mimi and Mara aren't your daughters. I can't live this lie anymore. I'm taking the properties, built with my struggles beside you. Take care, Amara." The room spun wildly. He dropped the paper, legs buckling. He sank down, gasping as if punched, but this hurt deeper, like a bullet in his chest. "No, no," he whispered, head shaking, eyes wide with disbelief. "Not my Amara. Not my girls." Memories flooded him, her hand in his during hardship. Their laughter at the twins' 5th birthday, her vow, "I'll never leave." Now she was gone, taking the children he'd raised as his own. The pain crept in slowly, a numbness in his chest at first. Then a storm hit. He screamed aloud. He smashed a photo frame against the wall. He yanked down curtains in rage. He cried until no tears remained. That night, Jonathan sat in the corner of his barren home, clutching one bag, old work tools. Those tools had built his life, now meaningless to him. For 2 months, that bag was his all, living under a shoddy bridge. Dirty, crowded, loud, it became his refuge. He ignored the noise, the stench, the pitying stares. His hair grew wild and matted. His beard tangled like a dense forest. His clothes, stained and torn, stayed unchanged for weeks. Once a renowned automobile engineer who fixed the governor's SUV, he was now a forgotten shadow. People murmured, "Isn't that Jonathan, the car genius?" Some tried talking, but he stayed silent, gripping his tool bag like a broken heart's remnant. Unseen by all, his hands still knew their craft. His mind still functioned. His heart remained kind. He'd lost everything, yet retained his skill. Then came the afternoon that shifted his fate. The Lagos highway sweltered, air thick with burnt tires and diesel. Traffic jammed for miles. Honks, shouts, sweat filled the air. Jonathan trudged along, dragging his bag like a lifeline. Then he saw her, a black Bentley stalled on the shoulder, hazard lights flashing. A young woman in a crisp white blazer and heels struggled with the engine. She looked frustrated, anxious, checking her watch repeatedly. Sweat beaded her face, yet she retained elegance. Jonathan paused, something stirring within him. He stepped forward quietly and said, "I can help you fix it." She glanced up, startled. Before her stood a man, unbathed for days, shirt ripped, trousers, loose on his frail frame. His tired eyes, though, held calm. She hesitated. "Who? Who are you?" she asked warily. "I'm Jonathan," he replied simply. "I was an automobile engineer. I still am." She blinked, mind racing. A board meeting loomed in 45 minutes, pivotal for her company. She nodded slowly. "If you mess it up, I'll call security." Jonathan didn't respond. He knelt, opened his tool bag, and began work. He inspected the engine, tested the battery, tightened a loose cable, adjusted some wires. Then he stood. "Try it now," he said. She slid into the driver's seat, turned the key, and the engine roared to life. Her jaw dropped. "What?" she gasped. Jonathan brushed off his hands and stepped back. She leapt out, stunned. "How did you do that? Who are you really?" Jonathan offered a tired smile. Then he shared all. Amara, the letter, the twins, months of silence, pain, shame, the bridge, his lost will to live. The woman listened, transfixed. Her name was Monica Johnson. She said little at first, just stared at him. This broken man who helped a stranger despite his ruin. What Jonathan didn't know, Monica was no ordinary soul. He looked lost, clinging to life by a thread. "Are you okay?" she asked gently. He nodded slowly, eyes fixed on Lagos's rushing streets. Soon they veered off the main road, entering a gated estate with armed guards. The gate slid open, revealing a mansion so grand it seemed unreal. Jonathan's breath caught. Was this her home? He stepped out cautiously, fearing to touch anything. His worn shoes silenced on the glossy floor. Marble stairs, fountains, manicured gardens felt like a dream. "Come," Monica said, smiling. "We'll get you cleaned." The barber shop smelled of mint and fresh towels. Monica watched as the barber trimmed Jonathan's tangled beard, then cut his wild hair. The mirror reflected a transformation. Gone was the bridge's ragged stranger. Now, a clean-shaven man, with strong features emerged, his tired eyes sparking with past glory. After, Monica handed him new clothes, dark jeans, crisp blue shirt, black sneakers. He changed in the restroom. Stepping out, Monica blinked. He looked transformed. "You clean up nicely," she said, suppressing a wide grin. Jonathan chuckled shyly. "I haven't worn new clothes in months." She drove him back to her mansion, and they entered together. The living room sprawled vast, glass walls showing Lagos's skyline. Gold-trimmed furniture, glowing lights, and art adorned the walls. Monica led him to a guest room bigger than any he'd known. "Rest here," she said. He paused. "Why are you doing this? You don't even know me." She turned at the door. "Because you helped me when I needed it most. No one should be forgotten just because life broke them." Next morning, Monica took Jonathan to inside. Employees bustled, typing, talking, meeting. All greeted Monica with respect. Young, her presence demanded attention. In her office, she handed him a folder. "What's this?" he asked. "A plan," she replied. "I'll invest in you. We'll open Lagos's best auto workshop, and you'll run it." His eyes widened. "You don't have to do this." "I want to," she cut in. "You ask nothing, and that says who you are." He glanced at the papers, hands trembling. Months had passed since he held official documents. Monica leaned closer. "I lost my father at 16. He believed in me when I didn't. I want that for someone now." Jonathan swallowed hard, throat tight. "Thank you," he whispered. She smiled warmly. "You've got work to do, Mr. Jonathan." Over weeks, Monica arranged it all. Lawyers, business developers, a leased mainland space. The garage boasted state-of-the-art gear, solar backup, a lounge with Wi-Fi and coffee. Jonathan's name graced the door. People wondered at first, who's this quiet man opening an auto center? Soon, praise spread. "He fixed my Lexus in 15 minutes. Repaired what 5 couldn't. Jonathan's a genius." In 2 months, J&M Auto Tech topped Lagos's talk. Monica visited each evening, sometimes to check, sometimes to chat. She asked about engines, gears, wires, things she didn't need to know. But she loved listening, and he enjoyed talking to her. One evening, Monica invited him to her rooftop. The sun dipped below the skyline, stars emerging. They sat, sipping juice, wind gentle. Lagos twinkled like a sea of light. "Do you think of your daughters?" she asked softly. He nodded. "Every day. I wonder if they remember me." "You were a good father," she said. "Still are." He turned to her. "And you? You saved me." She looked away, embarrassed. "You saved yourself. I just reminded you." Silence grew deep, charged. She opened her mouth, but words failed. He breathed. "Monica, yes." But his phone buzzed, an unknown number. He answered after a pause. Silence, then a shaky voice. "Jonathan, it's me, Amara." His heart stopped. Monica's eyes widened as his face paled. I I need help," Amara trembled. "Please. The girls, Mimi and Mara, they need you." He froze, phone to his ear. "Where are you?" he asked quietly. Her whisper barely reached. "Outside your gate." He stood by the door, motionless, phone still pressed to his ear. Though the call ended, his hands shook slightly. Months of dreaming, fearing, begging for this moment. It was here. Amara, who shattered his world, stole his joy, daughters, peace. He turned to Monica, her eyes gentle. "She's outside," he said, voice strange. "Amara, with the girls." Without a word, Monica rose, heading to the elevator. "Let's go," she said calmly. "I'll come with you." The gates opened slowly, revealing shadows beyond the light spilling onto the driveway. A frail figure emerged, barefoot, thin, wrapper barely tied. Sunken eyes, cracked lips, wild hair. It was 7 now. Mimi and Mara clung together. Tired faces, dusty clothes, tear-streaked cheeks, but their eyes still shone. Seeing Jonathan, silence broke. "Daddy!" they screamed. They ran, no hesitation, tiny feet pounding pavement. He knelt, arms open, catching them. They crashed into him, sobbing, clutching his shirt like a lifeline. "I missed you," Mimi cried. "I thought you forgot us," Mara whispered. He held them, silent, chest heaving with shaky breaths, hands trembling as he stroked their hair. Monica watched from a few steps back, quiet. Slowly, he looked at Amara, head bowed. "Come inside," he said, surprising himself. In the living room, Monica gave the girls juice and warm food, leading them to rest. They hesitated, but he smiled, nodding reassurance. Then it was Jonathan, Amara, Monica alone. Silence weighed heavy. Amara sat on the sofa's edge, hands shaking. Once proud shoulders slumped. She looked burdened by years of guilt. "I didn't come to beg a second chance," she said softly. "I know I don't deserve it." Jonathan stayed silent. "I only want you to know the truth," she continued, voice quivering. "The man I left with claimed proof the twins weren't yours. He showed a DNA result." His brows furrowed. "It was fake," she said bitterly. "I didn't know till too late. After 2 years, he admitted the girls weren't his either. He forged it to break us, punish me for choosing you years ago." Tears fell. "He kicked us out, took the money, left us nothing. I wandered until recalling your vow, loving the girls despite the world." Jonathan leaned back, jaw tight. Buried pain surged. Years of betrayal, confusion, loneliness crashed like waves. "And the letter?" he asked low. "You said they weren't mine." "I believed him," she whispered. "Guilt. I wanted to vanish, bear the shame." Monica watched, heart aching for Jonathan. He'd found footing, peace, purpose. Now the past returned. Amara wiped her face. "I'm not asking forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I need help. For them. The girls deserve a future." She glanced at Monica. "I didn't know you were with someone. I just sought him to aid the girls' lives." Monica stayed silent, eyes on Jonathan. He rose, walked to the window, back turned. Silence stretched. Then he faced them. "I'll care for them," he said firmly. "They are my daughters. Nothing changes that." Amara nodded, tearful. "But I can't take you back as wife," he added. "That door's closed." "I understand," she murmured. He paused, pulled out his checkbook, wrote, tore a check, handed it over. 2 million naira. Enough for a business, a place to sleep. Amara stared, mouth agape. "Jonathan, I don't know what to say." "Say thank you," Monica said gently, stepping forward, voice firm but kind. "Ensure he never regrets this." Amara stood, clutched the check to her chest. knelt. "Thank you," she whispered, "for your kindness." Monica helped her up, opened the door. "Rest tonight," she said. "Tomorrow we'll find you a place." Amara nodded, stepping out silently. That night, Monica found Jonathan alone on the rooftop again. She joined him, setting a juice glass down. "Are you okay?" she asked. He breathed deep. "I don't know. Seeing my girls fades everything else, but it feels unreal," she smiled. "They love you deeply. That never changed." He turned to her. "Thank you, Monica, for helping when I had nothing. For space to grow." She smiled softly, leaning closer. "I've wanted to say something for long." He looked at her. She hesitated, then whispered, "I love you, Jonathan." Before more, he reached into his pocket, pulled a black box, opened it. A simple, elegant ring. "I love you more," he said. "I want to spend my life making you proud." Tears welled in her eyes. "Yes," she whispered. "Yes, Jonathan." They embraced tightly, Lagos skyline twinkling like a celebration. But deep in night's quiet, another knock loomed to shake their world. The knock was soft initially, barely heard. Jonathan and Monica lingered on the rooftop, wrapped in love's quiet aftermath. Stars blinked above, air calm with promise. Monica's head rested on his shoulder, her hand brushing his. Then the knock grew urgent. They turned toward the stairway down. Jonathan rose slowly. "I'll check," he said, cautious. He descended the spiral stairs, through the hall to the front door. Monica followed, heart racing without reason. Opening it, a man stood tall, slim, clean-shaven, sharp-jawed. He exuded wealth, impatient for answers. White linen shirt, rolled sleeves, a gold chain glinted faintly. "Good evening," he said smoothly. "Is Amara here?" Jonathan's heart sank. Monica stepped forward. "Who are you?" The man smiled coldly. "I'm Maxwell." "Are you the one she ran with?" Jonathan asked, low and steady. Maxwell tilted his head. "That's not important now, is it? I just ensure she's not spreading lies." Monica narrowed her eyes. "Lies?" "Yes," Maxwell said casually. "She claims I faked a DNA test, took her money, left her nothing. All false. She's bitter it ended." Jonathan stepped closer, jaw tight. "You destroyed her. You lied. You took her from family. Now you rewrite it." Maxwell chuckled. "She chose her path. Don't paint me villain." "You are villain," Monica snapped. "You're not welcome here." Maxwell raised his hands. "Relax, no drama. I just check she doesn't smear my name." Then Amara appeared, holding Mimi and Mara's hands. The girls froze at Maxwell's sight. Amara paled. "I told you never to come near me again," she said, voice shaking. Maxwell raised his brows. "I thought you'd be grateful. I gave you a fresh start." "You ruined my life," she snapped. "You showed a fake DNA test to steal me from my husband. You tricked me to leave all. When I had nothing, you cast us out." The girls gripped her hands tighter. Maxwell's tone turned icy. "Careful, Amara. I know secrets. Things that could ruin your reputation more." Monica stepped before him. "Leave now." Maxwell scanned the room, eyes calculating. Then he shrugged, turned, and walked off. Before the gate closed, he said, "Enjoy your ending, Jonathan. Not every story stays perfect." That night, tension eased. Jonathan sat in the girls' room, watching them sleep. Mimi curled by Mara, both clutching Monica's gifted teddy bear. He'd missed 5 years, birthdays, hugs, good nights, but they were safe now. Monica entered with a blanket. "You've sat here long." He nodded. "I'm afraid." She knelt beside him. "Of what?" "They'll vanish again. This is a dream. I'll wake under the bridge." She took his hand, squeezed. "This is real. You're not alone." He looked at her. Even with Maxwell? I fear no men like him, she said. He had power. You have purpose. He smiled faintly. I love you, Monica, she smiled back. And I love you. 3 months later, Lagos buzzed with their wedding news. Jonathan, once homeless engineer, now a top workshop owner, and Monica Johnson, tech billionaire. The wedding was simple, elegant, a tribute to second chances, healing, love. Amara she'd started a boutique with Jonathan's money piecing her life together. Mimi and Mara were flower girls, laughter echoing as they tossed petals, faces glowing. Monica wore a fitted white gown, shimmering like stars, veil simple, smile radiant, walking with the twins to Jonathan. Not a dry eye filled the room. Even Amara wiped a tear. A year later, baby Wena was born. With Jonathan's deep eyes, Monica's curious smile, the house revived. Jiggles, toys, bottles, lullabies everywhere. Monica became a CEO and mother of 3. Jonathan, once broken by betrayal, was now father, husband, respected businessman. People traveled far to visit JM Auto Tech. While Monica hosted tech expos, Jonathan taught apprentices under car hoods, grease on hands. One afternoon, Monica flipped through photos in her office when a strange email arrived. Subject, confidential, Maxwell and forged DNA results. She opened it, eyes widening. Attached were scanned DNA results, voice recordings, evidence. The twins were biologically his. Her heart raced. She ran to Jonathan. Reading it, he sat back, stunned. So he knew, he said slowly. Even then he knew they were mine and lied. She touched his hand. What will you do? He gazed out at Mimi, Mara, Wena playing. I have all I need. The truth's a bonus. But she saw unresolved flicker. As sun set, casting shadows, a knock echoed softly through the hall. They froze in the study, email glowing on her screen. The truth. Mimi and Mara were his biologically. The pain, lost years, heartbreak stemmed from a lie. Now this knock. You don't think? Monica asked. I don't know, he said quietly. Let's find out. They walked side by side, slow, fearing heavier truth. Opening the door, no Maxwell's grin or Amara's tears met him. A young woman in a navy jacket, press badge clipped, stood. Good afternoon, she said softly. I'm Fur, Guardian Nigeria journalist. Come unannounced, but your story deserves telling. He blinked. My story? Yes, Fur replied. A homeless man helped a billionaire with a broken car, changed lives. From under a bridge to Lagos's top auto workshop. Father again, husband, hope's symbol. They exchanged a glance. We didn't go public, Monica said cautiously. I know, Fur said. Someone sent your wedding video, garage details anonymously. I researched. You've built touched lives. It's inspiring, transformative. He hesitated. Why now? She stepped forward. Nigeria needs real stories, not gossip or scandals. Ones showing healing after pain, kindness after betrayal. Yours could offer hope to thousands. Monica looked at him, deep in thought. Come back tomorrow, he said. We'll consider it. Fur nodded. Thank you, sir, ma'am. I'll follow up. As she left, he closed the door, turned to Monica. Should we do it? She smiled. The world needs more Jonathans. Next morning, Monica watched from the window as Jonathan tied an apron on Wena, lifting him to a garden table. Mimi and Mara sat cross-legged, laughing, as Owena smeared paint on paper. It was art day, their new tradition. Amara lived in Lekki, her boutique now thriving. She visited occasionally, kept distance, respecting his new life with Monica. Wounds lingered, but peace reigned. No bitterness, just gratitude. At lunch, Monica helped Mimi and Mara cut vegetables while Jonathan grilled outside. Mommy, Monica, Mimi said, can I ask something? She melted at the name. Of course. Did you feel lonely before Daddy? Monica paused, surprised. Yes, sweetheart, I did. Even with all your money? Mara added. She chuckled softly. Especially then. You can have much and still feel empty. But your daddy, then you both, filled me with love. They beamed. She hugged them tight. I love you like I birthed you, she whispered. Always will. A week later, the story broke. Guardian's feature, From Broken Engines to Healing Hearts, went viral. TV picked it up. Influencers shared it. Magazines dubbed it Nigeria's heartfelt redemption. Radio invited him. NOS offered to sponsor mechanic training under his guidance. Monica's inbox overflowed, but the mailed letter stunned them most. Handwritten, no stamp, neatly folded. He opened it carefully. Dear Jonathan, I was your apprentice, Amma. You may not recall, but I never forgot. You taught me beyond cars, humility, discipline, kindness. I nearly joined a gang when you hired me. That job saved me. I wept hearing your fall, but seeing your rise, I hope again. Thank you for your truth. May your days be long. You're a light, grateful Emma. He folded it, held it to his chest. This, he whispered, is why I survived. 2 years later, Mimi and Mara graduated university, both doctors in white coats. They stood proud, glowing. Jonathan sat front row with Monica and Weena, clapping loudest. At dinner, Amara approached Monica quietly. Thank you, she said sincerely, for loving them as your own. Monica nodded. They are mine. I'll never forgive myself, Amara murmured. You don't have to, Monica replied softly. Just grow better for them. A year later, their wedding arrived. Mimi and Mara loved doctors from internships, insisting on a joint double trouble wedding. That bright Saturday, guests filled the Johnson Estates garden. Fairy lights strung trees, musicians played Igbo love songs, laughter filled the air. The most moving moment was Jonathan and Monica each taking a daughter's hand down the aisle. Mimi turned, eyes glassy. Thank you, Daddy. For what? He whispered. For not giving up. Mara looked at Monica. Thanks for being the mom we needed most. She squeezed her hand. Always. At the aisle's end, Amara watched in a simple green lace. Gown, yellow roses in hand. She smiled through tears, heart aching, yet healing. She'd lost a man choosing kindness over revenge, turning pain to purpose. That night, music faded. Guests gone. Jonathan and Monica stood under stars again, like his proposal night. Older, stronger, at peace. Life came full circle, Monica whispered. He gazed at stars, then her. And we're still standing. She leaned on his chest. No knock, no flight, just love, family, home. What's your view? Where are you watching from? Enjoy this? Comment, share, subscribe for more stories.